explore the internet. How do? I'm the Ifkin Guy. Today on Total Cult Zone Presents, we get lost in space and time as we watch, and then talk about the Primevals.
Weeks ago, several Nepalese shepherds killed a large anthropoid. It is perhaps the most important discovery of the century.
Nice speech.
Matt.
If we can discover how this creature crossed the genetic barrier from one life form to another, we'll unlock the mysteries of heredity.
You know you can't answer those questions without a living specimen.
Which requires an expedition.
What are you two after? Tigers? Buffalo?
Something even more dangerous.
We're searching for a yeti.
Mr. BooLemont, how are you doing?
I'm all right, son. No, sir, thank you. It's good to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a little bit.
Yeah.
Been very busy, as I can imagine you have been too. Did you go on holiday in the break?
Yeah, I've had a holiday, and I've no idea how. Actually, I do know how many podcasts I've done. It's just the fact that I release them so randomly and so often. Sometimes there's like 4 videos in a day, which shot myself in the foot with that one. YouTube doesn't like that. Really doesn't like that.
No.
Yeah.
YouTube doesn't like anything these days.
Too much content for one account. I should stop. Which is the word of the day. Stop. Motion. Animation. Okay, 3 words. Or is that 2?
There's a hyphen between stop and motion, I swear to God.
Does that count as 1? Count as 1 or 2?
It's like Spider-Man. Or is it Spider-Man?
Anyway, stop motion animation. What's your favourite stop motion film? Apart from today's, obviously.
Well, obviously it is today's, but before I sat and gave this the time it deserved, my favourite stop motion, that's very... Because I don't want to say Nightmare Before Christmas, because that's the sort of traditional answer.
One everyone goes to.
Any stop motion horror effect is always welcome in any movie, I think. It just adds a level of jankiness that just is irreplaceable in today's CGI fests. Oh, Mad Gods. Sorry, we should have mentioned Phil Tippett's Mad God is literally the stop motion Gone with the Wind, if that's still considered one of the best movies ever made.
It's considered one of the best movies ever made. Also very racist, but...
Mad Gods was racist? I've got to go back and watch it again.
I've never seen it. I've been recommended it a few times. Never seen it, so give us a quick...
It's an experience.
Sell it to me, go on.
It's just lots of like hellscapes and demons screaming, and it's just a visual punch in the face.
I was up for that.
It took me a couple of attempts to get all the way through it, but I did it, and I'm glad I did. Obviously, nothing will beat Wallace and Gromit, but if I had to go for something else, it would be Phil Tippett's Mad Gods.
No Shaun the Sheep love.
I'm just past that generation. I'm all about the cheese Gromit.
Actually, it's great. It's like a silent movie.
What's Shaun the Sheep? I must admit, I've not seen any of it.
Go and have a watch of them. They're like silent movies. The humour is really kind of subtle visual stuff. Like I say, it comes from the silent era of film, because no one speaks in the film, so...
Check that out.
Yeah. Okay, press for today. Primevals. Don't really have any press for this one. I've just got the synopsis from IMDb. When a group of explorers go in search of a yeti, they find themselves taken captive by an ancient race of aliens. Alien creatures, even. Not alien aliens.
I mean, they're sort of aliens. They're aliens to us.
Okay, a retro idea for a retro guy. So what makes this film so special? Did you look into the history at all?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
I had a good time with this one, actually.
Yeah. It's the passion project of David W. Allen, visual effects specialist. Some of the top films in the 1990s, from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids to Willow to Batteries Not Included. and Young Sherlock Holmes, which he was nominated for an Academy Award for, as well as cult film favourites Bride of Reanimator and Freaked. He's also the genius behind the work of a bunch of films in the evil puppet genre, providing work for Puppet Master, Dolls, and Demonic Toys, which were made with longtime collaborator and Full Moon Entertainment chief Charles Band. So, Full Moon Entertainment, you saw it was one of their films, and you instantly went, "Yes, watching this." Send me the text on that one.
Yeah, I love Full Moon. It's just my level of crap, mate. It's like one step of class above Trauma. So it sort of goes, yeah, Trauma, Full Moon. I love Demonic Toys. The Puppet Master movies are all fantastic. Well, not all fantastic. And my personal favorite, Doll Man. That's Doll Man. He's a cop with attitude from another planet, but he's the size of a Ken doll.
Yeah, how about Pune that one as well? Doubling up the amazingness. Full Moon were a stable of straight-to-video fodder for the video stores in the 1980s, producing low-budget features that would make a steady income of cash for distributor Paramount in the mid-80s, early 90s, until their separation in 95, when they set off producing their own much lower-budget fodder for video stores until video stores stopped being a thing. The company has continued to eke out an existence based on its cult following, and has been releasing titles every so often on streaming services, usually based around the hit films from their heydays. Puppet Master, as you said, some of the films not as good. Of the 15 sequels so far, the latest was
I must
released
admit, I'm not up on all of them. I've definitely watched a good 6 or 7. I like the ones with the Nazi stuff in it, but
the third, what are they called?
Third one and is it the prequel?
Oh, there's so many of them. There's some
literally. And I've seen a couple of the crossovers, like the Puppet Master X Demonic Toys. I know that they've done a couple of. Well, it's an inter-promotional crossover.
Yeah, the latest of the Puppet Master films was released in 2022. Similarly, Subspecies, their vampire franchise, started in 1991, has 5 films in the franchise. The newest is in 2023. They come out. They got Trancers, Killjoy, and the Demonic Toys. So other notable long-running ones, and the newest franchise, which you may be aware of, Evil Bong.
Evil Bong. Oh, what's the one they did a crossover? Oh, but you're forgetting the best. The Gingerbread Man.
Oh, Gingerbread Man.
Voiced by Gary Busey. Evil Bong versus Gingerbread Man is the last one I watched. Fantastic. I've even got the Evil Bong comic books.
Full on for Full Moon. Okay. So where does David W. Allen fit into all of this? Despite working on a load of high-profile films in animation and visual effects department, he always wanted to write and direct his own stuff. He was offered the chance in the director's chair when he was chosen by Charles Band for Puppet Master 2, due to him designing the puppets for the first one and owning the rights to them, so they couldn't make a sequel without him.
We gave you the job because you were the best man for the job. The best man for the job, and if we don't, we couldn't do it. You own the rights.
Yep, so you got a crack at the sequel. Apparently was not great at the job. The producer, David de Couture. Yeah, I really can't do names. David de Couture. He described him as a wonderful stop-motion animator, but out of his depth and a horrible director. The film ran over schedule and had apparently 63 incomplete scenes. Possibly due to this, he wasn't invited back to the role by anybody, and until the release of the Primevals this year, Puppet Master 2 was his only full directorial role. He was, however, good friends with Charles Band, due to the Puppet Master series being so well received, helped him out with a lot of money. He got a lot of money from that one. He agreed to help him make his passion project. Originally pitched to the companies in the 1960s, Primevals was a homage to a type of Edgar Rice Burroughs fantasy and science fiction adventure. Tarzan, John Carter of Mars, Voyage to the Center of the Earth kind of stuff, you know. It was an adventure film that at the time wasn't too far in the past, you know. It was like a pretty recent, really. It was the 1930s those films were made, 1920s, 2030s. It was passed around, but nothing ever came of it. He finished the first draft of the movie in the 1970s. Again, passed it around. There was interest in the idea, but nothing come from it. In the 1980s, Charles Band took it on, and at this early stage, it made a few magazine covers. as being in production, and well, the project stalled again. It remained on the slate of upcoming pictures for Full Moon Entertainment for 4 years before it quietly dropped. Until the mid-90s, when money started picking up again, and they were flush after the launch of Full Moon Entertainment. The budget for the Primevals was a few $1,000,000, which was a few $1,000,000 more than the usual output, but it was finally underway. After a 3-month shoot in Romania and Italy, principal photography was done and it was all set to go. The live action parts were all filmed, and now all they needed was the stop motion work and special effects to be added. Then Paramount pulled the funding from the company and they once again had to shelve the project due to lack of cash. David Allen would continue to work on the project on his own when he could until 1999, when he would sadly die. The film, however, didn't die. All assets to the film were left with a colleague, Chris Endicott, and he and Charles Band said they'd get it made someday, which they finally did. In 2018, they launched an Indiegogo campaign to raise funds to get it done. $40,000 was raised, and the visual effects and post-production was finally completed. This was achieved by Chris Endicott, who at this point had worked on Avengers Endgame, Spider-Man Homecoming, and She-Hulk. With the twerk in She-Hulk. Amazing. Love that stuff. He teamed up with stop-motion animator Kent Burton, who did Coraline, some stuff with Robot Chicken, and Black Adam. And a whole load of students of theirs. And, well, 50 years later, it's finally made. It's available on video on demand, and as an Ultimate Collector's Edition DVD and Blu-ray, which, if you want to see 2 cuts of the movie, or over 3 discs worth of extras, go for it.
There's another cut?
There's 2 cuts of this, apparently.
Oh, wow. I'm going to have to try. I need to know which one I watch now.
So there you go, 50 years in the making. Originally shot in 1994, the live-action stuff, and finished off quite recently. Released in May this year, apparently. So what do you think of it?
I think it is a sum of all its parts. It feels like a 1960s Jules Verne adventure made in the 90s, completed in the 2000s. That's what it literally feels like. Small cast, interesting cast. For the entire movie, I was like, what do I know this British lady from? Because she's so familiar to me. I went on her filmography. I don't have a clue who she is. It just, for some reason, she just felt familiar. Maybe I've seen her in something that's not on
with the
a
older
list.
characters, because you got the Full Moon template of the movie, isn't it? It's like you get the older actors in that are known from stuff. And Dr. Claire Collier was played by Juliet Mills, jobbing actor who'd been in everything over the years, starting as a child actor in 1942. Every year ever since 1960, I think she finished school. She's been in everything from Hawaii Five-0, Fantasy Island, Love Boat, Heart to Heart, Murder, She Wrote, up to the current day where she was in Grey's Anatomy last year, apparently. And if you're an Adult Swim fan, voiced a whale in the Metalocalypse movie.
Did see she was in Metalocalypse.
Yeah, and Rondo, Leon...
Rondo Montana is going to be someone's new wrestling name by the end of next year. I'm going to train someone up. The Rondo Montana.
Same thing in Kojak, The Equalizer, 21 Jump Street, and Murder, She Wrote. Again, everyone was in that. So there's 2 appearances in Star Trek universe. He was in The Undiscovered Country and Deep Space Nine. He was also in The X-Files twice. Probably his most memorable scene, however, was in The Big Lebowski, where he threw a mug at Jeff Bridges, the dude.
Amazing. Yeah. I didn't recognise him.
I recognise him from a few things. I think it's like
it's been a while.
I've just watched The X-Files as well with him in, so. But yeah, he's got the older ones in, the younger ones who are like the up-and-coming actors. They want to sort of push their own guys. The guy played the younger guy, Richard Joseph Paul, was in a few of the Full Moon features. He was in most known from the Oblivion series, which Full Moon put out, which I've never heard of before. Have you heard of that one? Oblivion? Apparently it's a Wild West town inhabited by aliens. It looks amazing.
No, I've never. The only one I'm really aware of like that had a very simple title, wasn't it? Cowboys versus Aliens, and it had the guy from James Bond.
Yeah, Daniel
Craig. Yeah.
No, this is like a low-budget Full Moon thing. And it looks really cheesy, like they got a Wild West set and alien costumes. So it's got Isaac Hayes in it, Meg Foster. Same sort of thing. It's like the older actors and the younger actors. This guy's in that one.
Isaac Hayes in a western with aliens. That sounds incredible.
Yeah, but cast-wise, you've got Eric Steinberg, who who played Tenzang. He's like Siku's like the younger Sherpa
The younger
guy.
brother,
Yeah,
yeah,
the older guy who sort of, spoilers, dies at the start of it.
dies right at the beginning, and I was like, that's going to be a plot point. Look where the body is. Look how they've laid the body out. He's going to come back with the Yeti. Spoiler, but he doesn't.
Yeah, he played Sub-Zero in last year's Mortal Kombat Legacy series. And he plays the main bad guy in Ghost of Tsushima. Tsushima.
Close enough.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, the PlayStation stabby samurai sword game.
Yeah, the one that's like a Kurosawa epic. Yeah, he plays a bad guy in that, apparently voice acting. So yeah, he's in quite a few things. I think he's the most famous one out of a lot of them these days. But yeah, small cast, big film.
Yeah.
With sets and
Yes, very big movie. Like it's, I didn't know what to expect with the beginning scene, and then it sort of flitters back to America where they're introducing the world to the fact that the abominable snowman exists, and then they're off back into the mountains, and yeah, it's. I enjoyed it. It was a romp. Like it was short enough to keep my attention span as well. 1 hour 20. It's just like that's like the sweet spot for me. I haven't seen an action lark in a while, and this is about the closest to one of those sort of styles of movies. Because, like I said, I used to really like that, like Journey to the Centre of the Earth. And what was his name? The British actor that was Doctor Dolittle. He was also in My Fair Lady. Very, very famous British actor whose name I can't remember. Rex Harrison. He was in those sort of films back in the day, and I would watch those with my granddad, and I got a real. They sometimes had stop motion in them as well, so it was very much a vibe, like an adventure movie vibe. And I weirdly enjoyed it. Like as it went on, I was like, I've actually got to give this movie quite a bit of props because I've liked it. Yeah, there is one bit I absolutely could not stop laughing at, and I will go into it when we get towards the end. You've probably written it down as well, I have no doubt.
Yeah, it got that really chill vibe, like a slow Saturday, Sunday afternoon on the Sci-Fi Channel when I was younger. You want to flick on that, and it would be have one of them on there. It'd be like, okay, and you just sit there watching it half comatose and stuff. I know, out drinking or just bored. Maybe something that Mystery Science Theater would have picked up at some point. I don't think it's bad enough for that.
I think this had been a failed pilot that was turned into a movie. It's one of those like, well, we made the first 2 episodes. Let's just jam them together and say it's a movie. Riverworld.
Yeah, it has that. All the characters are pretty one-dimensional. You know, they're in danger of falling over because they're so one-dimensional. You've got the young, hot-headed guy who's trying to prove he was right, but he's just like the white meat baby face almost.
Yeah, he's the pretty boy. Rondo is the Indiana Jones, like one more job. We need you for one more job.
Grizzled
I
guy
said I
is
wouldn't
grizzled.
go back. Yeah.
Got the old doctor who's explaining everything, and the young guide out for vengeance for his killed brother.
Not the smartest character, that doctor, is she?
Nah. And then you got female, who is female.
Young whose name I didn't even get. Screaming, falling, fainting.
Kathleen, apparently.
That was it. Yeah, that was it. I was listening.
Yeah,
I got Dr. Kathy's name. See.
Yeah, didn't really do much. You think there'd be a love story in there somewhere, but no, nothing at all.
There
more of a love
wasn't
story. More a love story.
They gave each
Doctor.
other a look.
Yeah.
They gave each other a look, like they hugged at the end, like, oh, it's okay. Then they sort of had a look, and that's about as close to romance as they got. I thought he was going to knob the old doctor halfway through the movie. I mean, they were very
really
close. Yeah.
But yeah,
she wanted to fuck Rondo. My boy Rondo Montana. Rondo Montana. It's a great name. He's a
the other thing I
great
noticed
name.
was she was really beaten up by the end of it. Like, special effects wise, she had bruises all over her face, and everyone was like pretty clean, apart from, you know, the obvious one. The one who's dead.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the end of it, she's got bruises all over her face. It's like, did she get twatted for real?
When she died, did they just take turns beating her in the face? Like, thank fuck for that. Yeah.
No, I mean, like the Kathleen.
The young lady, yes.
Yeah,
There's a moment when she's alone and they're like, oh, we're going to go and help the girl. And she sort of just stumbles and falls over until the older doctor comes and helps her.
It's very, let's say, one-dimensional. She didn't have much to do. I'm kind of glad that's kind of not a thing anymore. It'd be the guy who falls over and useless because we are.
The movie was sort of made in 1994. How many years had we already had Alien and other movies?
Oh man, we'd
with
had
female?
the years at that point.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's been like that was that was like a weird trope. The what's it called? The princess in distress, the girl in peril. You don't get it these days. It's modern age gone mad. No. On this day, the day of the US election, we're not having a gender debate.
Just dated the entire podcast there.
Oh yeah, shit. On this, the season of political rambunctious.
That's it. They're all one-dimensional characters. Really, the star of the show is just the stop motion effects.
Yes, absolutely.
Because yeah, the fact they got like old school style, but with new tech, and they really put the effort into them. Got lizard aliens.
Some of those effects with the gun, their driller laser gun.
Yeah.
When he actually goes up to it and stuff, I was like, that's got to be a new effect because it's so clean. Like, that was what I noticed. Like, there were certain effects that were really just like too clean to be of the era.
Yeah, I think that's more the new tech they've done it with, though. It just looks, like you say, so much cleaner. And that helps with the stop motion, but with the rest of the film, it's just really out of place. You know how everything looks really cheap? Because it's supposed to only be seen on VHS tape. And if you had it like through that gauze on the screen, that fuzziness, they might get away with it. Might still look a bit cheap, but they get away with it. On this, it's like, that looks so bad. But again, it has like comforting feel of like nostalgia with it. And the whole film, I was like, because I knew the backstory of it, then I started watching it, and it has that feel of like that they're doing a pastiche of that era.
Yeah,
they're not. I'm just expecting jokes about how cheap it looks around here, but there's none of that in there. There's no irony with it. It's all played for like serious, which again like, adds to the charm of it all.
Well, when I started watching it, I was like, "Oh, this film's just come out." So I saw it, and it was like 2023. I was like, "Oh, it's a new film." Started watching it, I was like, "Wow, they've captured like that early '90s." In my notes, it's like the top of my notes. I'm like, they have captured the early '90s feel so well. And then I was like, it reminds me of an old Jules Verne movie. And then I was like, oh, it was made in '94. That's why it looks like a film that was made around 1994.
Yeah, that is what throws you, though, isn't it? Because it looks so new. You're expecting jokes to be flown about, but there's none.
Don't help her. She's a feminist. She can do it on her own. This girl is on fire. Yeah, that.
But yeah, along with that, you have the story, which is there is no twists or turns or weird angles they take with it at all. It's just pretty much, we're going to go find the Yeti. Oh, we found the Yeti.
It's like a tour. Like, you're literally like, here's this bit. Here's the bit with the aliens. Spoilers. It's literally like you said. There's no like major twists or turns or anything. It's like, oh, look what we found. Oh, we've stumbled. Oh, we've fallen. Oh, we've found. Oh, we should help.
Look at this.
Oh, we should leave.
There's a lot of that as well. Come over and look at this, because obviously special effects. Maybe the direction was a bit shonky as well. Like I said, he wasn't the greatest director.
Yes,
like, come and have a look at this.
Awful.
Where's those binoculars? And they look for the binoculars and talk about these huts. And there's obviously humanoids walking around. They don't mention them at all, though. The people in the monkey outfits. Which again worked. Didn't mind that.
It's just a very bizarre story in general, though. Like, I like the way they sort of humanized the abominable snowman, the Yeti, at the end. That end, they rushed the fucking finish, didn't they?
I don't know if they rushed it. That was really upsetting, that bit. It was quite graphic.
Yeah, when he's standing over him with the fucking spear.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, yeah, oh.
There was no big comeback as well.
This Yeti has very kind eyes. I hope he comes and saves the... Oh no, he's dead. And they kept shooting him in the brain as well, the poor thing.
Oh man. Yeah, that bit upset me. I was expecting a big comeback, and then it's just, no, no. Sorry,
You know the bit that
spoilers.
upset. You know the bit that upset me. If we're talking spoilers, the most stupid, pointless, on-screen death of a character in a movie I've ever seen. The Doctor. What? I'm gonna look wistfully back until this arrow hits my chest. When that happened, I was pissing myself because I wasn't expecting it. I was like, she's looking back longfully at this kind animal that's just, oh, she's just been fucking shot. It caught me so off guard.
Yeah, not the
It's
brightest lot.
amazing.
The other thing was like no modern tech at all, no special gadgets, just cameras. Actually, no cameras either. She was drawing them. So obviously, when they go back to home, they'll be like, "Oh, what happened? Oh, we saw this and this and this. Got any pictures? No.
No, you're forgetting. She made the tape and she said you've got to believe everything he says. That'll do it.
Yeah. Do you think they're after a sequel or a
I
long-running
really hope
franchise?
so. If they start it now, by 2042, should be ready to go. And we'll be here to review it. Primevals 2, Return of the Green Guys.
Return of the lizard alien things.
They were animated really well. It's the subtle thing. It's like when you were saying, when the green alien kills the yeti, he looks up at the leader and sort of gives like a yeah, I did it. But I recognised that that's what it was meant to be, and I was like, oh, that's quite a little detail. Obviously, not the best bit of the movie by far, but
So, big recommend. Big recommend.
absolutely. There's zero reason for people not check out this film. It's not actually bad. It's not so bad that it's good. It just sort of meanders in the middle of a. Have you ever seen that movie? Which one? Primevals. It's like The Room. Have you seen The Room? Yeah, I've seen The Room. Seen Primevals? Yeah, I've seen Primevals. I don't think it's like that level of cult classic, but I think you have to see it just to experience it, really.
Yeah, I definitely think it helps if you know the backstory and have an appreciation for that stop motion type stuff. The old school films, like Joseph the Argonauts, those kind of adventure films as well. If you like those ones, it's worth checking out. Definitely. I probably will get the triple disc. Check out the uppercuts.
I respect the hell out of that. And I'll probably see if there's some Primeval action figures, maybe some merch. You'll get to see me in my Primevals baseball cap.
Where can we find you online, or would you want to plug something else?
You can find me at BooLemontPW if you fancy watching me slap some kids around. That seems to be my role these days. And you can find me on all the socials, Instagram, Facebook at BooLemont. Just random quips and musings. I haven't anything to sell, so don't worry, I won't charge you.
I've got something to sell. Yeah, I do have something to sell on my website. TotalCultZone.com. Go there. Buy my stuff.
Yep, go there. TotalCultZone.com. You heard the man. Tell him Booley sent you. No, don't.
That will be 50 years to the next podcast.